All right, everyone. We are back with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, chief host of the show, and joining me is none other than my co-host, Avera.
Oh, yeah. Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world.
As you should be. Next on the show, we have Noble.
Hey, I'm bored now.
All right, okay. Since we're all here, let's just pack it in and get even more bored. All right, what even is living? What even is today? Fuck it, I'm bored. Anyway, that aside, next on the show, we have Styfior.
Hello, back for the first time this year.
Yeah,
Oh, hey, that's right. Yeah, cool.
good to have you on again.
And even more dead than usual.
I don't know how you make anything more dead that's deader than a dead horse.
Working my job, you'll find out.
You could say that about a lot of things as well.
Well, yeah, true.
It depends on how dead, what the definition of dead is.
Sit looking at your very expensive drawing tablet, knowing you can't fucking use it. There you go. That's a good example of being even more dead inside.
Well, well, it's not the clinical definition of being dead, but okay, I'll accept that.
Well, it's dead inside.
Well,
It's
you
subjective.
tell me.
But it's
Right.
always nice to have a zombie back on the show because, as I've said previously, I'm just the better Rivera.
You're the bluer of Vera, right? No.
And bluer is better. Everyone knows this.
Says who?
Everyone.
Lies.
No. We need to trust the thing that everybody trusts today. Quote unquote science.
Exactly.
Right. The science.
Science proves it.
Well, the science has changed.
It's just a fact. Deal with it.
No, if science can prove us that that the current circumstances are because of just what's so, then science can prove that Styfior is the better Avira, or so she claims.
Exactly.
Well, I just trust the science, and the science changes. So you gotta trust the science, man.
When it's a proven fact, it doesn't exactly change when you've got the full-on proof of it. Bluer is better.
That sounds like some weird slogan for I don't know, some political organization. Bluer is better. Like with all the signs and stuff protesting.
Get yourself.
I don't know. Maybe some kind of maybe some kind of eco-friendly save the ocean type of shit.
Oh God. Well,
Nah,
I'd still rather save
go.
the ocean than people.
No. Blue is the new green. Embrace your inner zombie.
Exactly. Someone gets it.
Okay.
Feed your local zombie today. Bluer is better.
All right. So, we've got things to start with, and today we're going to be looking at how a lot of the movies are heading straight towards places you'll never guess. What have we got to start with? All right, let's get started. Now, who here has grown up with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Of course I have.
I have.
I
Yeah.
have too.
And what in the bloody hell is that?
Wait, did they give him glasses? Why did they give him glasses?
Donatello.
Yeah.
Sorry, the scrawny arms just
Oh,
what?
Oh goodness. Oh yeah, you're right. Ew. Oh, they look like praying mantis arms.
Like aesthetically, it reminds me of one of those. I don't know what to put it. Like something you make out of Play-Doh.
Yeah, they're basically just focusing on the word mutant a bit too much.
So, the last series they released, which we had on the podcast, was it 2 years ago now? It demoralized me about this show because they turned Splinter into, well, a dirty old man, and I wasn't happy
All right.
about
I think that the last time we talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and we've gone through these a fair number of times over the course of the show. One of the earliest times we talked about them rehashing it, and and rechanging the appearance of April O'Neil. But that is again a side facet of the of what makes the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles just that. But our attention is kind of drawn to the turtles this time. So, what's new? Viacom CBS, who will now change their name to Paramount, which is going to be a recurring theme for this episode. So, just keep your ears open. Announced a series of new animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies during their most recent investor event. And so going forward from next year,
I do like that artwork though. Like, isn't that kind of cool looking? You know, like
right.
yeah, I can see that happening.
It looks better than the first one.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's very stylistic, is really what it is. A
Yeah.
cartoon.
But then when you compare it to the actual show, you're like, oh,
Well, yeah. Make everything look appealing before you even release it, and then as soon as they actually get the finished, it's basically just like games and stuff. They'll make it all cinematic, and then it releases as cubed as Minecraft.
yeah, that's true. They did that a lot in the '90s too,
Mm-hmm.
because they only had
Right.
pixel. They didn't have the technology.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now animation's changing direction. So who's to say? And here's where this is going to be the kicker. Now this new release is going to be, and they're going to be working with one Seth Rogen.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of a dirtbag.
Is he?
Right.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I know I've heard Seth Rogen in the news a bit, but most of that was in relation to his friendship with James Franco.
yeah. Unfortunately, he's he's not a good dude.
No.
Oh, really?
And the thing is, like, if you've watched what's recently happened with him, you'll know that he was involved in a certain desecration of Christmas called Santa Inc.
Oh, okay.
The whole pro-feminist, anti-white, anti-everything, that crazy woke evil crap. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, somebody who, it's basically was just there to desecrate Christmas and everything
Ooh,
that Christmas stood
them.
for.
A lot
And
of
again,
one.
Oh yeah, and you can see Santa Inc. right here. Look at the number. Look at how badly this did.
Yeah.
Wait, look at how badly a ratio that is. Oh my
4%.
god. Yeah.
Four-
Holy lord. A 1.4 out of 10. Crap.
You know,
And you can see-
12,524 one-star reviews.
and you can tell though too, like the difference. You see the normal people at 1, and then you have the radicals at number 10.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? And everything else in between is like no one even cared.
Yeah.
Like who's
Yeah,
going to give it a
just
5
meh.
out of 10? Oh, that was okay. No, it was crap.
It was meh, blah blah blah. And and he actually blamed he basically deflected it all. Like everything here, all those bad reviews were the fault of the supposed white supremacists, as he say.
Oh my
What-
god, dude.
It's that he's making the assumption that everyone who dislikes his movie is white. It's a bit racist, isn't it?
Yeah. And of
Yeah,
course,
wait.
it's just going straight to the usual, just blame it on white supremacy, even though
So-
he's white himself.
In the
It's
Ninja
not white.
Turtles,
He's
is Seth?
Seth Rogen has a massive nose. That's what
Oh.
I need to say.
But, yeah. But is he going to be... So in Ninja Turtles, who is he going to be voicing?
Fuck if I
Did he
know.
say?
He might just be behind the production of it or something, rather than voicing something.
I
Okay.
really hope that's the fact.
I'd rather it be that way because...
No, but then he has more say in how it goes, though.
No.
Yes, but
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I
okay.
can't-
He's an executive
it's-
producer, right?
yeah, I can't imagine his voice on anyone.
No, like here's the thing. They just said it's going to be directed. There's Jeff Rowe,
Okay,
but
so he's the executive producer.
that's probably not going to make things even worse. And the thing is, it's they're saying They're taking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back to the way it was, the original DNA of comedy and action.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah, with a
believe
modern
that.
take,
I
I
doubt
doubt that.
No. Okay, live comment here. Hey, Luxray says Seth Rogen is going to be Donkey Kong. That's what I know about him. It's semi-fitting, but Donkey Kong's a good guy. Seth Rogen isn't.
Yeah, unless of course you're the one getting hit by the barrel.
Yeah. Now, again, if something like this has this kind of, Teenage Mutant. Let's go back on a trip first, like how Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has evolved. Like, I mean, when I started off, it was I watched a cartoon, and that's the first thing I was exposed to.
Yeah, which cartoons though, Jolt? Because there's been a couple.
Yeah.
I remember this one. CBS. Yeah. When was that? 1996. Oh God, yeah.
Yeah,
That was it.
Wait, wasn't there one in the 80s as well?
Yeah, 1984. I think. Right?
I started with the 1984 one to myself.
Oh wait, I think it's the same one. Oh no, dude, this is the same one. 1984 to 1996. It ran 10 seasons.
Okay, now.
And
That's the same show. Whoa.
Right. And I think, I watched one that was more traditionally animated, and it was there on my morning TV. So that
Now,
yeah.
what makes these guys look like good? See, their shells aren't like, they look like backpacks kind of. They're not like covering their entire backs, and their arms are they look proportional to like humans, compared to like the new shit they're doing.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, with the newer artwork that it showed, announcing the new series stuff,
Yeah.
they look more like frogs in a shell than they do turtles.
You're right, actually, they do. Yeah, like no, not even lizards. Yeah, like freaking
Come to
frogs.
think of it,
Personally, I much preferred the 2003 series. That was they didn't have them as kids as much, and they were more adult.
I think
And also,
that's
it's
been
just a
one
better
I watched a
show.
lot.
The best part in the crossover for the original of the 80s and the 2000s series was Mikey. But our Shredder, he's competent. This show is not going to be competent by the looks of things.
No,
Yeah,
I don't think this show is going to be
And
competent.
especially that Seth Rogen is like the executive producer, though. He's
Mm.
for a fact, like he's gonna be promoting the message.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, and why Ninja Turtles though? Like, leave it be. I mean, it's been since it's 30 years old, right? No,
It is,
More?
and it's gone through a lot of evolutions too. Like it's remember, it had a live action adaptation.
Oh god, yeah, that was fucking awful.
Mhm.
Both of them were awful. I still can't stop looking at them. It's just so fucking bad.
And then they did the CGI one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The film grossed 485 million though.
I
I
got
mean,
the name on it.
The thing is,
Yeah.
because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is probably one of the most
Movie was
really long.
Turtles, but
Yeah, it's such a long running, successful franchise that children love, people love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they still have commercials and sell Fruity Pebbles from a show that came out in like the 40s.
Well,
When's the last time you saw the fucking Flintstones on TV? Like when?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's newer stuff now, which is getting the kids these days to like it, but it's also playing on everyone's nostalgia from when we liked it as kids. So that's how the movies made so much, but they were so bad.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. Like, if you just put Star Wars on something and it's like, oh, it's Star Wars, everyone's gonna be
Fucking latest 3 Star Wars movies were shit.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. They still made a lot of money because it's nostalgia and all that shit.
Yep.
Very deceptive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one here again, with what they're going to do with it, we don't quite know yet what they're going to do with this iteration.
I have a prediction for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I bet they're going to recruit a new boss who's going to be a female turtle, with a very strong Brooklyn accent,
Oh God, yeah, they're New Yorkers.
and then she'll like their boss. All right, y'all, listen up. Like something like that.
Either
Vera,
that or
I
that's
hate
going to
to
be the
tell
new
you,
Shredder.
And she
but
has to have like big, curly, fluffy hair and like maybe some thick glasses too, like she's a
Yes.
Karen.
And
Yeah.
It's got to
Vera,
be significantly darker green.
I hate to
Yeah,
break
that's right. Significantly darker green.
but there's already a female turtle.
Well, there should be more because representation.
There was a live action TV show at one point.
I didn't see the live action TV show. I saw the movies. The movies were pretty bonkers, but I don't know, man. They're pretty funny.
Use the same excuse as we're doing this because this is to show how the world really looks like.
Did you
But-
also watch the Power Rangers in Space TV show? Because there was a crossover.
No.
Seriously, there is a crossover between Power Rangers live action and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live action.
That
Oh,
is wild.
That sounds awful.
Well, I gotta see that.
Worse than you expected because it's a 2-episoder.
Oh. Anyway, just to touch base with the last of it though, what they're gonna do with this iteration is make a series of TV shorts that are focused on the villains. Films focused on the TMT villains.
Okay.
Right. I mean, of course,
Okay.
it goes without saying the most prolific villain is, of course, the Shredder.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is probably going to be female.
I mean, there was a small case because, there was Karai once wore the Shredder suit in the cartoon, as far as I was remembering. And then eventually, we was found out that Shredder was actually an automaton, an alien with, in a mech suit, like a small one.
That's the 2003 show.
Hmm.
Yeah, the original one, Shredder, was human. 2003, he was some alien that looked like Kang or Krag or whatever it was from the first series.
Yeah.
The live action, he got sort of kicked to the side and they had to fight dragons. The first CGI series they did, Shredder was basically, come here and I'm going to cut your head off.
Yeah.
They actually had
yeah.
a far better Shredder when he was like, walks up and just guts you.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing is, like, so much recently, the villain has to have some sob story behind them. Can't we just go back to having villains that are just being evil for the sake of, I want to kill you?
Yeah.
Well, I
that
find it
whole-
interesting that they don't all have to have a redemption arc, but it's cool to know like the origin of like where they came from. So maybe is that what they're gonna do? Maybe.
See, origin will be all right, but when they try to spin it so much to the point where they want you to feel bad for the villain, that's what makes it more annoying, because then everyone will be rooting for the villain to get redeemed, which forces a redemption arc, which a lot of the time it's not necessary. Just let a villain be a villain. So what
I don't
if,
know,
yes,
man.
they've had this dark past and stuff, but let them kill for the sake of killing.
Well,
Yeah.
you saw the Joker, right? I mean, that's pretty much how that is.
Mm-hmm. So I've still not managed to actually watch that. I
gotta watch
started watching it
Joker.
and I fell asleep.
The 2019 Joker is like the movie where every single, American liberal lost their minds because of it.
Mm.
Anyway,
That's
but
pretty
that's
funny.
that. Yeah, but I really recommend it. Aside from that, though, what do you guys think? High optimism for this take of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 2023, or
I hope it doesn't last the season like the last show because, damn.
Just because of Seth Rogen, absolutely not. No hopes for this at all.
I'll wait to see what the first trailer looks like, and then I'll be able to make my mind up off that. But currently, with it all just in the talks of it, it's not easy to make your mind up about it. So can't really say I'm optimistic or anything. It's just a matter of we'll see what happens.
Starfy,
All right.
just remember, it's just $4.99 a bottle.
Mm.
All right. Now, let's moving from here. We're still on the same on the same shtick, but this time, this time it's a game that's getting the movie treatment. How many of you are familiar with or have played Bioshock?
See, I've
Yep.
still never played
Know
that.
of it, never played it.
It's weird, man. It's a weird game.
Yeah,
Oh my
Bioshock
goodness.
is indeed. It's from the thematics and the storytelling. Bioshock is it's
Oh, it's
very
insane.
it's eccentric, but it's amazingly well executed. People
So I've
love
always thought it looks like a very interesting thing. I've seen some stuff about it, but I've never played it myself. And I think it does look like something that could make for a decent movie if it's handled well. It's the
Yeah.
same with any video game going to a movie. It needs to be handled well.
and they have to respect the source material.
Exactly.
Get someone that's a fan of the games or someone that's already linked to the games in some way, because at least then they'll be faithful to it.
The developers, Ken Levine. And so here's where things may or may not take a nosedive to Shitsville. Because Netflix has gone there, grab your hands on it.
Right.
No, why?
There's a shocker.
That's a Bioshocker.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it was
Jeez,
just
guys.
exciting, the Big Daddy.
Anyways, so let's see. Netflix is working on a movie based on the Bioshock video game franchise. The the streaming giant said Tuesday the movie, in partnership with 2K and Take-Two Interactive, will be based on the popular dystopian video game franchise that includes Bioshock 1, 2, and the third one, Infinite.
Right. Well, saying that, isn't The Witcher a Netflix thing, and that's rated really well. People are really loving that. So there's always a chance.
If I recall, season 2 was doing pretty piss poor.
Oh, really?
I mean, when it comes to Netflix, sometimes you do find hidden gems in there. Rarely. A lot of it is just crap that people just get contracts for. For more advertising for Netflix. They really don't give a shit what they put on there.
Yeah.
But sometimes you really do find some good stuff.
Well, because that's what I think about Netflix, is Netflix stuff are better off with other material
Mhm.
when it's a Netflix original something. Like, even if
That's
it's not
the problem, yeah.
designed from a comic or a game, that's when shit starts getting shitter.
See, I
Netflix-
liked Orange is the New Black. That was pretty good. I mean, it got a little crazy at the end, but that was a Netflix original series, I believe. I believe it was a Netflix original. One of the first, I think. Came out years ago. But yeah, it was pretty popular. But then they just started to greenlight everything and anything.
Yeah, it's literally anything that we can get this, we can get that, we'll just grab that, grab this, grab that. Because they've got
'cause
that
then
much
they can-
money, because that many people signed up for Netflix, they don't give a shit.
Mhm.
They can just
Oh,
pump
yeah.
everything out to get more money in for themselves.
And they get paid by their advertisers and their investors to have more programs that more people will watch. So
Yep.
It's a win-win. I mean, not for us though, because you have to, scroll through hours of crap just to find something good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so any other news on this Bioshock going
So
on?
with this thing, here's where things do get interesting. Bioshock and from 1 to 2 follows the same continuity, but Bioshock Infinite, the third game, is very, very, very different. Because in Bioshock, the first two games, 1 and 2, like it's basically set in Rapture, an underwater city, and the third game, Infinite, is set up in a city in the sky, and the continuity is very different. So, here's the thing: if they wish to set from one series of continuity, if I'm really honest, they'd probably have better luck sticking to 1 and 2 in the underwater city of
definitely.
Rapture.
I reckon that would be a lot better. I've never played them, but definitely that one.
Yeah, because even then, the continuity of Infinite was just it was odd. It felt like its own separate standalone story, and then they added downloadable content, trying to, I guess, in a way, connect those two pieces together. But
it's always got to be the case for that, isn't it? Oh, someone like a lot of the fans will be like, "Well, this is completely different. Why didn't you just like do a different kind of game? Oh, well, why don't we just release some DLC that'll try and fix that, so then that way we get more money."
Yeah, but and it's again like there's quite a bit to it too. Like in the Bioshock series, I don't know what they're going to take the plot, which direction they're going to take the plot over. And it's been 9 years since they've had a Bioshock game because Infinite came out in 2013.
Really? Fucking
Yeah.
hell! Didn't realize it was that long ago.
Yeah, the first Bioshock I think came out in the late 2000s.
Fucking hell!
No, wait a minute. No, it was earlier than that. Because I remember I was first introduced to Bioshock when I was in high school by my ex-girlfriend, and that was before 2011.
Yeah, that was like as I was saying, late 2000s.
Yeah, maybe like
And then
2009 or
number 2 came
2010
out
or
in like
something.
2010, 2011.
That's crazy.
Okay, release date was August the 21st, 2007.
Whoa! Okay. It's still a great game.
It still
Yeah,
is.
it's awesome.
Talk to Final Fantasy players. I mean, that show's been around since what, like the 80s?
Oh god,
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Still
So
going strong.
with that.
And what's it called? The Final Fantasy. I'm not sure if they're exploring TV series just yet, but that's a step in the whole different genres and stuff.
Yeah.
Bioshock is simply well known for its the themes, the storytelling, and what it explores. And now here's the thing, because Bioshock's themes can't maybe like they're not strictly political, but they're bordering on because they're very popular. That game seems to be quite popular with a certain subgroup, like anarcho-capitalists. Now, that's where my concern is because they might turn it into some whatever being Netflix.
Yeah.
Well, as long as they're respectful to the source material, they don't try to like mess it up and change everything and use the name for like we were talking about earlier, nostalgia. So hopefully it's actually about like a recognizable form of Bioshock. I mean, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and you're right. That's Ali's quite an interesting remark. Her favorite characters from Bioshock are Big Daddy and Little Sister. And
Yep. Oh, the Big Daddy's freaking scary. Oh my god. No way.
Those two have just become synonymous. Like they are the defining symbols of Bioshock.
Yeah.
I hate it.
So that's the thing. Like I've never played the games, but anytime anyone mentions Bioshock, it's always the Big Daddy there. So that's the main thing I associate the game with.
That's right. And yeah, I don't think they can't have a good Bioshock movie without one.
No, definitely not.
Or anything like that. Like, and even then, the Infinite, if they use Infinite's continuity, they'd have to, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully they just drop that. Pretend that never happened.
They'll probably try and do some weird fucking thing of merging them both.
Yeah, like I think they were trying to connect them both, but to be honest with you, it's like, yeah.
How would you guys feel if instead of it having Big Daddy, it was Big Mummy?
Oh God, no.
Well, oh god, they wouldn't do that. No, that's a no.
Avera,
Honor Noble, bad.
Avera, we're in 2022. Pretty sure that's a possibility.
I guess anything goes, right?
Yeah.
Or it'd be like no, it would be gender neutral though. It'd be Big Parent.
Yeah.
Because Big Mama. Wait, I mean, oh.
Big pregnant person.
Oh my god. I guess you could technically say NPC because he's not a playable character.
Gender fluid daddy.
Oh god.
It's going to be disturbing and confusing all bundled into one.
No little sister, just little sibling.
Not even little, it's just stepsister. Oh god. I really
So
hope
far
like,
it seems like I don't know, is it Netflix original? Like who's actually directing it though?
If Netflix is picking it up, it will most likely be a Netflix original, so hopefully they handle who makes it well.
God, I hope
They-
so.
They're working with the studio. That's really all it is because we haven't got much information to go off of with.
So as long as they're
Hmm.
working with the studio, then there's definitely hope for it. It's the ones where they try to make the series, they've been given permission and they don't work with the creators behind it. That's when shit fucks up even worse.
Yeah, because they sell the rights away. They don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah. So as long as the studio's there, then at least the whole people behind it will be able to say like, oh well, no, this is supposed to be done this way. We've got to
That's
say
kind
it
of
like
sad.
this.
That's really. I mean, you can make a lot of money like that, but isn't that kind of depressing? I know, like, there's a lot of stories about that. Like, I think, well, Star Wars. That's what happened with, Lucas. They gave him $4 billion, and he's like, all right, but now he has no creative input on Star Wars anymore.
Yeah.
They can't even like be on the set or do anything. They don't tell him anything. Like, it's not. He doesn't have the rights to his own creation anymore. I mean, he's a billionaire, so hey, there's that. But
You know what's
Well,
coming
think
with the
about
next.
where he could have been if he had the input on these recent 3 movies and made them good.
I know.
And then he kept trying to edit them. It was just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
George Lucas, every like 5 years, it's like, oh, let's make
Oh,
this
yeah.
change to the show, to the movies, and let's offload them and like, bring in a shit ton more cash.
Man, I wish we could have got the Darth Jar Jar arc. Wouldn't that have been cool?
It's probably still going to come.
Maybe in Legends or something. And an alternative galaxy. Misa Sith Lord. No, there's a whole theory about that, man. It was cool. If they'd done that, that would have made a lot more sense than the crap that they just put out.
Yes, Sith Lord.
All right. So yeah, we just have to play the waiting game, see how this, see what's there
Yeah.
on the pipeline, what's coming up. Because I think Bioshock is long overdue for I wouldn't say revival, but for the next chapter, if at all. Now, next thing. Yes, we're still on the same-ish channel of films, but this time we're talking about what happens if they try to fast forward it before anybody's even seen it. Now, Halo. Let's start with that. Super duper popular game. They just had a new Halo game come out, Halo Infinite. That was towards the end. That was December last year. Haven't played it yet, but fantastic by all accounts. Now, and Halo's expanding because they've got a TV series coming out. And
I've seen advertisements for this.
yes,
Mhm.
and the memes. In 2020, in 2001, there was a car in the United States, an old Chevrolet Tahoe, and in 2560, whatever time, whatever year it is in Halo, in the 26th century, it's there,
It's still there.
still there.
Wow, that's
500
like
years worth of rust and that hasn't even done a thing to it.
an artifact of the past. Incredible. Oh
I
God.
know, right? Like in 2550, you would think we would get floating cars and that, or even,
You know what's really
sure.
funny though? The really funny thing is though, this is not an accident. They literally put that there on purpose, rusted it up to make it look old.
Yeah.
Like that's not there by accident at all. Like they did that.
Yeah, which is that's going to turn a lot of people away from it. Is because they'll
And
think,
not-
well, no, it's just a bit
No.
too grounded in our time.
It's contemporary. That's what it is. But you would think, and everybody would be having warthogs in the game, like those rugged, those big rugged things. And
Yeah. Or that after 500 years, all the cars would be gone.
yeah.
That is funny.
But no, now everybody's taken to it, and internet's kind of just gone and embraced the memes. From this thing into you mod this thing into a Halo game.
But you know exactly what's going to happen because of the fucking memes. Them cars are going to start selling. gonna
Maybe.
Very popular, and we're going to see them everywhere just because everyone online these days doing all these fucking memes are fucking idiots.
Well, I
So
mean,
we're
imagine going to like Comic-Con and seeing one of these. and someone has like the Halo symbol on it.
I'm
Mhm.
glad that they were at least allowed to make it look like it was an old piece of shit. Because if they had it as brand spanking new in someone's
Sure, yeah.
collection or brand spanking new out in the battlefield, it'd be like, why?
hmm
At least they tried. I mean, they should
Yeah,
have
that would be an
should have
even
smashed
bigger
up a window.
disconnect.
Look, they should have smashed up a window, had a different colored door on it or something, missing the
Yeah.
light. But it just
They-
looks
they-
like a car that's been sitting there and rusting for, like, in a shed for the last 60 years or something.
Here's an interesting question in live chat. Dingo says, "I wonder how much Chevy paid for them for the placement too."
Probably 2 fucking
Oh, that's a good
Right.
point.
I
$2
mean,
million.
it's either live footage or it's in a trailer, but I think it's really one of those things too. Like deliberate car choices for the characters in a in in any movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got all kinds of lucrative deals like that.
And even then, like sometimes they just pick the car that most suits a person, whatever. But that's really besides the point. But here's some memes. Halo Infinite. You can call in a vehicle from one of these stations. Yep. Call in a Chevy Tahoe.
Oh my god.
I mean, I think it'd be even funnier if it turns out it's not even paid advertisement. Someone just parked there and refused to move the car as they were setting up, starting the filming. So they're like, well, fuck it, we're going to rust your car then.
Let's grab the salt water.
Yeah.
Nah, like in 2552, whatever. This is the only vehicles that they were there on the compound.
There's still rubber on those tires though. What? And then they're full of air. What? They're
You
not
just-
even flat tires.
You just know
Yeah,
someone's going to jump in it and start driving it.
They might have had too much hot air floating around, so they just shove it somewhere.
Oh jeez. That is so silly. I can't believe someone actually put that in there. Like they must not know anything about the game. Like, oh, make it look old and rustic. Okay, cool.
Nah, I think it's probably like one of those blunt, filming blunders. Like in the same way that Daenerys had a Starbucks coffee.
yeah.
They were
Oh
friends.
yeah, that was funny.
And then they were friends basically had to come up with some sort of whatever.
Yeah, some
But-
canon explanation.
But no, it's Halo. It's got some ups and downs again. Like the cinematography in that, and well, not the cinematography, but rather the renditions ain't so bad. The energy sword. A plasma sword.
Hmm.
Sick.
Hmm.
Looks pretty good, right?
Yeah, actually.
It's got its shape. It's got the Halo Elites. Aliens.
That looks pretty good.
Hmm.
Sick. The Phantoms, the Covenant spaceships, the alien spaceships. Also sick.
Yeah, looking really nice. Pretty sharp there.
Cortana, the AI, not good. Absolutely not
No.
good.
Maybe too much that blue filter right there.
She's supposed to be an artificial intelligence that you can put, and she does not look like an AI at all. She's too human to look like an AI. And she doesn't look like a total babe. This one.
She looks like she's scared. Like, it's okay, everything's fine.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
not
just
meant
had
to
a
be here. I just
t-shirt
walked
image.
onto the wrong set. What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, like, oh, okay.
And to think that's the individual where if you got Microsoft Windows is sitting in the background recording everything you do, even if you're stupid enough to have a webcam hooked up to your computer, they sit there watching you, whatever.
Mhm.
Oh, jeez.
In the latest depictions, they seem to have been desexifying. What's it called? Cortana.
Oh, they're making it less of a porn star.
Well, Cortana wasn't exactly overtly sexy to begin with. She just looked like an actual AI that they just basically sanitized her look.
Ah,
Anyway, that's a blonde that I'm like, ugh. Next one, the aliens, the jackals. Also really sick with those plasma shields.
Yeah.
Master Chief.
So, there he is. Nice. That's a cool. See, that's a cool shot right there with the sun behind him, facing the mountains. That looks all right.
Yeah, it's the cinematography is good.
And the costumes too. They look pretty good. And that's like live action, right? So plus
Yes.
CGI, yeah.
So it does
Correct.
look
Yeah.
like they'll at least know what they're doing with handling it. Let's hope the writing is just as good.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, like even then, but they have to have Halo's writers on board. But
Do they?
yeah, come on, they have to.
Just imagine how shit it would be if they didn't, because they probably wouldn't know what the fuck Halo even is. It'd end up being a fucking TV series about some angel trying to get his fucking Halo back.
Ah, oh my god, could you imagine? Halo, an angel's journey. Oh my god, I could see that.
And the angel will be called fucking Master Chief, and he'll look nothing like. He'll be looking as feminine as possible.
Oh,
Well, you
God.
can't see underneath the helmet, but even then, like I have a few reservations about this, but the fact of the matter is, they've renewed themselves for a second season already, and it's not gone live
Oh fucking
on
hell!
air.
See, that is a risk right there. If they're already renewed for a second season, but I'm assuming they're done probably with some of the first episodes already, right? They have to be. So when the producers saw it, maybe they thought it was something to invest in. I think.
Yeah, they probably reckon because Halo's that big, the recent game's done so well, everyone's gonna jump on this and want to see it. But they'll have to see the entire season through. If everyone watches the first episode to the second episode and it's shit, no one's going to watch the rest of it. So then there's all your money down the drain.
Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking there are probably some episodes that are already leaked and out, or like at least to the producers. Maybe they have like a team of beta or whatever.
So yeah, they'll
To, like,
definitely probably
rate
have to beta test it and stuff, making sure
Probably.
it's polished enough to post out. But
Well, not just that, but renew a season. I mean, they're doing that now. That's
Already.
crazy.
Without
that's what I
getting,
think. They're getting far too ahead of themselves with it.
Yeah, like, and they don't know what the ratings are. They don't know what
Exactly.
the viewership figures are yet. They don't know.
Well,
if
then
it's
again,
profitable
though,
or not.
sometimes people have done this before. Like the Fantastic Beast movies. They said there was going to be 5 of them, and they only put out, when they put out one, they said there's going to be 5, and they're already planning to film all the other ones in the future. But they're not like, what if they don't do so well? But it's also Harry Potter, so
yeah, that's the issue with having big names on things. Even if it's shit, everyone can get too big for the britches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And again, the same story is repeated not just in the Halo, but even in something as recent as the new Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
Yeah.
Yep, they've renewed themselves for a third movie, even though the first one was it's fantastic, successful, great,
Yep.
Listen to the audience, loved it. Second one, coming out soon, it's in April this year.
Yep.
And yeah, it's looking good.
And they're already moved.
Fantastic.
Wow, so they're already going up for a third one now, without the second one even being released. Wow,
That's right.
that's crazy. But you know what? I kind of understand this though. Like, look at something like Lord of the Rings, right? 1, 2, and 3. That's like one continuous story, so they have to do it in 3 parts.
Yeah.
Or like Avatar: The Last Airbender, they were renewed for 3 seasons. Well, actually, they didn't know they were gonna get the other 2 until midway, but whatever. They were renewed for like seasons 2 and 3 because the show did so damn well. And they were filming 3 before 2 was even out.
I mean, granted, with Sonic, I've got a bit more hope for it than I do everything else, but at the end of the day, it's the exact same thing with Halo. Don't get too big for your britches. Am I going to pay to go see it? Yes, because it's Sonic.
Yeah, exactly. See, you fell into it.
I'm the one that's... I know, I'm going to go see it. Even if the second one's shit, I'll still go see it.
I probably will too.
I'm going to go see it as well.
Mm-hmm.
For
But
completion's sake.
At the end of the day, it's like, still, I'd rather the second one do well
Yes.
and then a last one, like a third one, get released, rather than them already preemptively judging, oh, everyone's going to love this, and then let's do a third one already. Because that's when a
Well,
lot of the movie
if
would
it was
actually
like if it was one continuous story, then that would make sense. But
Mhm.
it said the second one is like a direct continuation, right? The direct continuation of the last one, pretty
I
much.
think so, yeah.
Like it's a sequel. It's not like a whole different story. It's kind of like the same
Yeah.
events, I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, because I assume it'll be Eggman getting back to Earth somehow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
something like
Yeah.
that.
I'm
you know-
planning to watch this one in the cinema myself again.
Same.
Yeah,
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 probably.
same.
I'm going to watch it on a big screen. Take my colleagues with me. And aside from that, no, they're also they're not just making a Sonic 3. They're also making a side film starring Knuckles.
Oh yeah, I saw that
A
in
side
the
TV
Knuckles
show.
TV spin-off.
That's right.
Sorry, but I don't see that one doing as well.
No, I don't either.
I really
I
do
think-
not.
No.
The TV series of it is going to do well at all.
It's good as a supplementary material, but it's not really like the
It
core.
would be good as a comic book. I mean, not a TV show. That's all the production they were wasting on that. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And
I mean, unless it really is good, you never know. It's hard to say.
I don't really think it will be because a lot of the time the movies were good, but there's nothing much you can really do other than the movies. Going into TV series, you've got so many different episodes where you're going to have to pack everything into the entire season. Which
Yes, and
I
that's
reckon
why-
it'll be-
And that's why it worked as a cartoon, though. It was, it was a kids' cartoon. It was like,
Mhm.
gotta go fast. And it was like,
Yeah.
11 minutes or whatever each episode.
Whereas series these days are all 40 minutes long. And say if it's a 10 episode series of Knuckles for 40 fucking minutes an episode,
Yeah.
what are you gonna fill out
no.
the season with? I'm sorry, but there's just not enough
That's too
decent
much.
stuff to want to
Yeah,
pull you
that's way too much. You're right. Oh. Hashtag too much Knuckles.
yeah. Down
Just
to the
sound
knuckles,
like
too fast there,
bully.
slow down.
Oh, wait, that came out wrong.
Oh, jeez.
Anyways. I don't think that one's going to do well.
He's just spat my drink out.
Nah, I'm still eagerly looking forward to seeing what they're doing with it, though.
I want to see the second one, yeah.
Yeah.
The movies I'm more excited about. I'm not really sure of the TV series though.
If they make it a cartoon, like a legit cartoon, maybe.
Possibly,
11
yeah.
minutes long, like things used to be on Saturday mornings.
See, I don't think they'll be able to do it 11 minutes long anymore because everyone is so much more used to the 40 minutes per stuff. No one will want to
jeez.
tune in just for a quick 11 minutes of it.
Like a short, nah.
Mm.
Like production values, you gotta balance it.
Yeah,
Well, they're also aiming more towards adults, too, or like teenagers and like young adults. It's
yeah.
not like, 7-year-old kids anymore that play the video games. It's like fans.
Mm.
Yeah, like, and now because Sonic has matured over the span of 30 years, like I say matured, I don't mean not so much mean character developed, I so much mean as its growth, the growth of
Yeah.
the Sonic franchise. Now
Yeah.
everybody knows who Sonic is. Everybody, Sonic's accessible. He's on consoles. He's on all this stuff. He's got TV shows.
He's not that skinny little rat thing that they showed in the first movie. Or
Thank God.
And all up, it's yeah, you just But since that's where we are at, though, like they just look, it really does look like Paramount is betting so big on the big names, Halo and Sonic, to get them to
making
really
a
be
bit
like a viable
too big of a
competitor.
swing.
Wait, so is Paramount? It seems like they're doing most of the video game movies nowadays, right?
Yeah. Well, Netflix is getting
They're-
in on the action too with Bioshock, but
Right.
Paramount's also getting in on it too with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which, well,
So it's just going to be a bunch of them competing against each other to see which one comes out on top.
I mean, I would see a Spyro movie if there was one.
Oh god, I reckon that'd be shit.
well, no, it could be well executed. It just has to be in the right hands.
Yeah, but
The
even
same
then,
story
it's like,
as with the, if you were going to have a TV series or whatever with Crash Bandicoot.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it's like how entrusting your video game into a movie is a very risky proposition.
Yeah, very.
Well, yeah, because the main difference between video games and movies is video games are active. You're actively moving through it and you control the narrative. When it's
Yeah.
a movie, you're passive. You're kind of just watching it happen. You're not engaged in like doing the story. So it's very difficult to like transfer that over from video
Well,
games
exactly.
to movies and vice versa.
With video games and stuff, you get so many hours packed into it to drag out the whole storyline. You're fully immersed. Movies, 2 hours to cram everything in.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's not really doable. Especially, it's just it can be done decently, but a lot of the time, the producers do always try to get everything into one movie. When a lot of the time, it will be better spread out across a few of them because the
And that's
games are
where
just
and that's
Like
where
the original Matrix movie. That was a really good way to play it.
Hmm.
And then they did the Matrix movie recently, and I'm like,
So I've not watched that one.
I didn't even see that one. I had no
I
desire.
haven't even watched the new one yet, Resurrections.
It's sad because like I like the Matrix, I like the story behind it and everything, but I just
Yeah.
there was no spark with this new one, in my opinion. Nothing drew me into it for some reason.
Spark for something that I saw announced that I really am excited for because I've been hoping for it for fucking ages. Futurama coming back.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I have
Oh,
been waiting so long, and I was like, it's probably never going to happen in my lifetime, but I really hope Futurama would come back. And then I just saw in the news, Futurama renewed. Fuck yes!
Dude, I saw it was all over Twitter the other day. Oh my god, yes.
Oh, I was so excited when I saw that. I was like,
I'm
oh,
hyped.
this has got to be taking the piss. Surely someone's just having a fucking laugh here. And then I saw
But
it a
like-
bit more, and it is actually, oh my god, it's happening.
But it ended so great though. Like how are they gonna
It did, but I'm still so excited for it though.
Stifio,
I don't know.
Have you seen Disenchantment yet?
No, because I've always heard it was so shit, so I never bothered to watch it.
Dude, seriously, you need to watch it. Take The Simpsons and everything that you couldn't put in there, or Matt Groening couldn't put in there because of the FTC or whatever it's called, and just
Oh,
FTC.
yeah.
slap it in. I mean, you get swearing, you get drinking, you get people acting like nuts. One of the better scenes is like, "Stop helping before you help me to death."
Yeah. See,
Well, what's
I
it called?
remember Disenchantment.
Okay.
No,
I think
stop
it's-
before you help me to death.
Oh. But it's like, I remember being excited to see it when it was first announced because I was like, oh, it's basically Futurama, just not Futurama. But I heard a lot of people saying it was crap, so I never really bothered with it too much. But the fact that actual Futurama is coming back, I could not be more excited if I fucking tried. Because that's literally bringing life into what cannot be killed. Because how many fucking times has Futurama been cancelled and stopped and ended, and it's still come back? It's still fighting.
It's got to be up. It's got to be like one of the top shows that's happened to. I mean, how many times has the show been canceled and or switched networks and all the crazy nonsense they had to deal with?
Yeah, but
There's
I'm
got to
just
be a
so
record or
excited.
something. I don't think The Simpsons was ever canceled once.
Simpsons
it?
possibly was. I know Family Guy has been a lot.
Yeah, a few times. A few times, yeah.
Family Guy's definitely got the fucking record for that. But for ones that people get so excited for and are still excited for, is Futurama. Because Family Guy has started dropping off a bit recently. I'll admit it.
Mm.
Like I loved watching Family Guy. I was obsessed with it, but it has dropped off a fair bit. Futurama, even if it's bad, I'm still gonna watch it because I rewatch Futurama constantly because I think it's still on Amazon Prime, so I could just watch it, and I always do because I love it.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think I was actually really damn excited for Futurama too. And even this was stretched back when I picked up a Futurama comic.
Mm-hmm.
God.
I used to be obsessed with playing the game as a kid as well.
Well, I mean, I did get my fair share of The Simpsons. Family Guy, I
Yeah.
was just about. And, and of all the three, like Futurama, yeah. Like, sure, Simpsons has been fading out of relevance here and there. You know, blah blah blah. Say what you want about them, but they're just basically, using witchcraft to predict the future. Futurama's, well, at least it's great.
Yeah, Futurama, I cannot wait for it. Definitely more excited for Futurama than I am Sonic 3 at the moment.
Well, who knows what Sonic 3 is even going to be about?
Well, exactly. The second. Well, saying that if they've already greenlit it, then it probably will be.
Yeah, and now that, if Sonic 2 is where we introduce Tails and Knuckles, what will Sonic 3 introduce this time? Are they going to introduce Shadow? Are they going to introduce
Possibly,
Amy?
yeah.
Oh, if they bring Amy in.
Oh, I hope they don't do Amy. Not gonna lie, I will not pay to see it if Amy is in it. Because I cannot stand her at all. Fucking
We
hate
should
the
erase
cunt.
The Sonic the Hedgehog Amy that's so clingy for Sonic.
Yeah, I can't stand her.
If it's a Sonic Boom Amy, then different story.
Yeah, she was good.
Oh, really? I never saw Sonic Boom. It just looked so awful.
It might look a bit rough or terrible at some occasions, but they break the fourth wall a shit ton, so I sort of blame.
Oh,
What
right.
Well, they don't do just that, but they also they kind of have like a lot of tongue-in-cheek jokes and
Oh, yeah.
yes, the characters are very stylistically depicted with more with bandage taping and all that.
Yeah.
But at least Sonic Boom Amy is not clingy for Sonic.
Ah, right.
Dr. Eggman isn't. He goes out once an episode almost to screw with the team instead of trying to capture him and do whatever. It's actually funny.
Yeah, so Eggman's basically like this gig, like a pseudo sort of Team Rocket.
Oh,
nice.
no, better description would be Shredder from the 1980s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where instead of being all serious, it's all basically fun. Actually, in one episode of Sonic Boom, Dr. Eggman stays with Sonic because he gets kicked out of his lair.
Oh, I saw that one. That was weird. That was so freaking weird, man.
That sounds fucking weird.
See, that's where it lost me on that one.
Well, it's supposed to be stupid and funny, not all serious.
Yeah, nah, I know. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah, like the tone of Sonic Boom basically went from goofy, comedic, and then the final episode went from all serious when Shadow shows up, or as the main villain.
So I do like Shadow. I've always loved Shadow.
It's gonna be interesting, who's going to be introduced if they do a third, which since they are already working on the third Sonic.
The third one, I guarantee the third one will be Shadow, because next to Sonic in the first one, Tails and Knuckles in the second one, there's no other main forefront character to bring in other than Shadow. There's no chance they will not bring Shadow in. No chance.
Well, let's see what happens. I mean, hopefully they listen to the audience again.
I guess you can also
Metal Sonic.
You can also backtrace it to the to where they all fit in the Sonic chronology.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that makes sense.
I wouldn't mind them bringing Silver in as well.
That won't be until much later.
It won't be till later on, but you never know. I could introduce them both at the same time in the same movie, because they'll still cram a bunch of stuff into one.
Yeah, and then
I do reckon Shadow will need a whole movie just to focus on him, rather than here's this side plot, here's this side plot, here's this one. It's like Shadow is one of the main forefront characters, so you can't just introduce here's Shadow. Right, let's move on to the next one. Whoa, what the fuck? It's like, do what basically Marvel have done. Give it time to build up through movies. Don't just rush everything out like DC.
Yeah, or milk it for profit.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what they're doing.
Oh.
Oops. You were trying to say something.
Mike's glitching off there.
Me?
Yeah, you had the robot thing happen.
Ooh, well, don't forget to grab the cow.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much it. But aside from that, look, yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. It's quite spectacular seeing how the direction entertainment's taking.
Hmm.
You know, especially when you consider with the society we live in and what they're doing, and how even the big names are going through in this era.
It really just does surprise me how there's no like new ideas out there. They're literally just rehashing, franchises from decades ago.
Yeah.
Vera, what about Moonfall?
What's that?
I think. Go on.
It's a movie where the moon smashes into the planet.
All right.
Well, that sounds cool. I mean, yeah, there's movies like that and stuff, but I mean, like, well, okay, fine. Then we need more Moonfall. We need more moons crashing into planets. Because right now everything's like another like a Halo series and Sonic again. I mean,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles getting rehashed again.
and Ninja Turtles exactly. Like, please just leave it be.
Yeah,
Oh
Bioshock
God.
is long overdue for a revival, but it's better suited as like a new video game sequel like Bioshock 3 or 4.
Yeah, maybe.
Titular.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
like
The world's gone
totally.
bonkers, man.
So, yeah, like I guess they're just either too risk averse. Like that's got a lot to do with it. Like with new properties getting on the big screen, or they're just basically using a big name for profits for the sake of chasing profit.
Yep.
So, yeah. So either way, like we can only wait and see how these turn out, and I can't wait to dig into some of these shows myself, especially Sonic. So, who'd like to close up? Noble?
Stife.
Yeah.
Any closing statements?
Well, I can show up next week because I'm still off work, and everyone just watch Futurama. Everyone tune into Futurama, so then they can release even more of it. Let them know we're excited for it coming back. For God damn it!
Oh, right on.
Given the current stuff that we've spoken about today, though, I'm not excited in the slightest for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But I've got hopes for Sonic and stuff. Well, mainly it's Sonic, because I don't know. Bioshock, maybe I think if it's handled well and done good, that'll probably get me to finally go and play the games.
Yeah,
I
they're
like
worth
the
it.
games. You should just play the games nonetheless. I think they might be on sale. Like 2K seems to have sales on Steam quite frequently, so you might be able to luck out. So, yeah, actually, no worries. Noble,
I honestly just want to jump in a time machine and go back about 15 years.
don't we all? Don't we all?
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to make money, if you go back to like the late 70s and just buy a ton of shit, shove it into a warehouse, and then when you reach 2020, it's like, no, I'd say about 2017, you just start selling it all.
Yeah.
You'd make profit.
And
And you-
Amira.
Well, out of everything that we did talk about, I think I'm most excited for Sonic, obviously. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is no. Just no. With their praying mantis looking arms, creepy bug looking.
They look like they're from like a claymation.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a fucking
like-
frog with a shell.
It's creepy. And then Bioshock is a really good game. I hope that they do it justice in their upcoming content. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
All right, and I can't wait to dig into a couple of these. And so,
Yeah.
thank you for listening in. I hope you enjoyed this as much as we did making it. And as always, our episodes are available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, BitChute, and more further down the line. This is us signing off for the week. Farewell, and till next time.
Doodles!
Bye.